If your private student loans are in default, you're not out of options. Go to yrefi.com/Ramsey.
My husband and I are in, we're in way over our heads. And so I'm just looking for some help. We are about $1.3 million in debt. That's with 2 businesses, a house loan, a car loan, credit cards, and back taxes.
Okay. Pretty scary. How old are you guys?
We're both 28.
How long you been married?
6 years.
Okay. All right, cool. So, how much do you owe on your home?
About $48,000.
Okay. And what's it worth?
It's from last we had evaluated, it's about $250.
Okay.
So
what do you owe on your cars?
17.
Okay. This is starting to scare me. And what do you owe in taxes?
30,000.
Good. Okay. I'm a little less scared than I was a minute ago, and that means we have a whole bunch of business debt.
Yes.
Yeah, like $1.2 million worth.
Yes, sir.
What in the world? On what?
Well, so we got into business. My husband was fired from his job, 4 years ago, and found odd jobs, but was never able to find like stable full-time work. So we ended up starting like a summer camp in 2022, but built that with credit card debt. And then it's going to sound really stupid, I know. To make that stable, we bought, it wasn't a business sale, it was an asset sale. We bought basically another business's assets for the 1.2.
Oh, so the one business, not the summer camp. The summer camp has how much credit card debt?
That's the one that's got about, it's still got about like 15,000 out of the credit card debt.
Okay, I didn't get credit cards earlier. I just got cars and house earlier. Okay, so the credit card debt totals how much?
It's about 19, so 4,000 of that is ours.
So you have one business that's the problem.
Yes.
Okay. And you were able to secure a loan as unemployed people with a summer camp for $1.2 million. But why? Who? Who is dumb enough to make this loan?
Well, I mean, the summer camp was doing extremely well.
No, but the loan was not on the camp, was it?
No, sir.
You don't own the land on the camp, do you?
No, sir.
Okay. So basically you're renting a piece of ground in the summer, running a camp on it, and you make what kind of income on that?
That makes about $200,000 a year.
Okay. All right. And the business that you purchased, what was the assets?
It's rentals. It's event rental, so it's like staging and lights and audiovisual and inflatables and all that kind of stuff.
All the fun stuff for the camp.
Yes.
Okay. And you borrowed 1.2. Who loaned you $1.2 million for that?
The SBA.
I bet they did.
Is the camp still operational?
Yes, ma'am. We still do that every year.
Is there a way that you can add things for the other seasons to earn quadruple the amount, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's what we've been trying to do. It's just I mean, y'all know, like, we've hit a point in the economy where people are trying to figure out other solutions for fun stuff or childcare, so they're trying not to spend as much. So we kind of are stuck with the businesses that everybody's trying to avoid.
Not really true, but in the situation as you are in, being so overwhelmed, I can see how you could start to think that. Because when nothing goes right, nothing goes right. When life looks like a country song, it just looks like a country song. Lots of people still renting kids stuff all over the place.
Absolutely.
The economy's quite booming in some areas, but so no, you're just the economics at your house suck, and so I'm so sorry, honey. It's so scary, so scary. Okay, is there any possibility of selling the last business that you bought for anywhere near what you owe on it?
No, sir. No.
How do you know?
Because the more it was like the layers of an onion, the more we peeled back, the more we found the deception.
That you had overpaid.
Yes.
Okay.
By how much?
By like $400,000.
Okay.
How much does this cost you every month to pay the minimums on this?
For the business, we're operating at a cost of $50,000 a month.
And you're not making that.
I mean, some months we are. Some months we are.
Yeah.
But it's both of our businesses are very seasonal.
Okay. I don't know. Here's the first thing. I was your age, been married your distance of time when we went broke and lost everything and ended up bankrupt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the first thing I want to tell you is the worst case scenario is you lose the business, you lose the camp, and you start your lives fresh after a bankruptcy, and you hold on to each other, and you hold on to Jesus, and you hold on to your marriage.
Yeah.
And so what? Okay. Lots of people have gone broke. That's the worst case scenario. So I want you two to sit down tonight and accept that emotionally and look at each other and hold hands and say, we got this together no matter what this is. Because I don't right now see how you're getting out of this. But here's an idea, okay?
Okay.
I would sell it for whatever you can get for it. If you can get $800,000 for it, take it.
Okay.
And go to the SBA and do a short sale. Hire an attorney and tell the SBA, you get nothing, honey, if you don't take this $800,000. Because I'm walking and you're going to own a blow-up inflatable.
Okay.
And the SBA is not in the inflatable business. And so you go to the bank and you say, we're going to do a short sale on this business because we got screwed. You participated in it because you idiots loaned us the money. And they are idiots. Anybody that made this loan should be just lined up and shot. Oh, my God. This is ridiculous. So, because they've screwed you in the process. So, yeah, I'm going to short sell the business. If you can't short sell it, sign a note for the difference and scratch your way through that $400K, making 200 and something, and you can bust through these other little debts and pay the stinking IRS. They're not bankruptable. Before you pay anybody else, you pay the KGB. I mean the IRS. The rich rules over the poor, and the borrower is slave to the lender. You don't think that's true? You talk to our last caller. When I turned on the phone, put her on the air, she started crying. $1.2 million in debt on blow-up jump houses. Good God. Wow. And then some of you want to call me up and tell me how debt is how you go into business. Because you have an idea that's no one's ever done before, like fried pickles. Well, there's a reason. There's a reason no one's done it before. So, yeah. The more debt you're in, the more risk you take, and the more you understand the slavery aspect. And she's sitting there with some basic income coming in and nowhere near enough to even service the debt, much less everything else. And she can see the writing on the wall that it's going to, I don't know if that kid makes it or not. Well, they'll make it, but I don't know if they make it without bankrupting. I hope they can. If they sell it, and they can claw. If they sell it, they claw their way through the $400,000, making $200,000. They can do that, and they clean up the other $100,000. That's $500,000 in debt, making $200,000 plus. You can do that. That's very doable. But
my thing is the fact that somebody lent them the money, and that when you're that young, you think that if somebody will give you the money, that means you're good for it.
Well, I mean that's like, yeah,
yeah.
But I mean, when you're first starting at a lot of things, you do dumb things. I mean, it's like people think if you have checks left, there's money in the checking account.
That's right. That's right.
So then of course, no one even knows what a check is anymore. So that joke doesn't land anymore.
With you,
but,
Dave.
It's you've got a responsibility to not get yourself in these kinds of things. And here's the thing: he lost his job. They run the summer camp. Everything's going good. And then there was some kind of a desperation or a greed thing that kicked in that blinds you to doing a deal that's that dumb. Because that deal, by any measure, is dumb. Yeah. I didn't say the people are dumb. I've done dumber. I was $4 million in debt, $3 million in debt. So they only did $1 million. So I've got a PhD in UMB. So I've done dumb things. That does not make me dumb. I did them for dumb reasons. They did this for a dumb reason. And oh my goodness, folks. So my point is the teachable moment when you listen to the show, you can just get entertained and go, that's ridiculous and that's crazy and how sad for those people or how weird is that whole thing. And you can kind of get that, Jerry Springer effect off the show if you want, or you could actually try to learn something.
Right.
What's the lesson in that? Well, the lesson is after losing that job, that guy's heart was broken, and he said, I'm never going to be there again. And he read some story about some guy becoming a millionaire after borrowing money on TikTok. And he went and borrowed money out to his ears, and now he can't breathe, and his poor little wife is so scared she can't breathe. And that's exactly how Sharon Ramsey sounded at 28 years old.
Oh, yeah. But there's the other lesson for him and for her, too, because she was part of it, is exactly what you said. When you do something like that, Dave, the shame of it, because you think I'm dumb, you think I'm stupid, it's my fault we're in this, but they've got to remember going through this that the business plan was bad, the loan was dumb, the business idea was stupid. They cannot wear that as an identity.
But the thing you need to, the takeaway for all of you listening is this. When you're in the middle of doing something like this, you've done it, I've done it, and every one of you have done it. You have a moment of sanity while you're in the middle of this going, this doesn't feel right.
You get that red flag.
And you go past that moment and do it anyway. And 100% of the time, you knew better. Every one of us. There's a proverb that says the simple see trouble and move forward. And the wise avoid it and take refuge, and the simple are punished for it.
Wow.
And that's exactly what that is. Because when you're doing something like this, when I did something like this, I was simple.
Yeah.
It was not wisdom. It was a fool.
But you had that moment.
Fool.
You had that moment.
Yeah, I was like, I know this. I know this is out of control, but I can handle it. There's an arrogance, a greed, a desperation that causes you to plow through it, and that's a simpleton. It's a simpleton. It's not a wise person. Not biblically wise. It's a biblical fool. And you don't want to be a Bible fool. That's a real dumb person. That's really dumb. And so, but I've done it. Every one of those things in Proverbs that says you're a fool if you did this, I did every one of them, And so that way I don't have to do them ever again. And now I can be the wise person instead on those books. So, yeah, but it's, people, when you're getting ready to sign for that brand new car that you cannot afford. You got a $400 a month raise and you're taking out a $1,200 car payment to celebrate.
And if you have to start rationalizing it, that's how you know.
And when you're doing it. You're sitting in the office that this doesn't feel right. Your heart rate is there's your spouse is looking at you like you've lost your dadgum mind, because you have, and you try to tell them how smart you are and that we're going ahead anyway. You just don't understand because the way you were brought up, you sound like your mother, and you go straight past it and straight into the dadgum fire. And man, that poor girl, that's exactly what they did. And it's what you've done out there if you're listening to this. So don't be too quick to make fun of her, and don't be too quick to make fun of me. I've done it too. But listen, the lesson is when that bell starts ringing in your spirit, that's God's Spirit saying, don't do it, fool. Turn on your heel and walk out of the room. Run away. Why Refi refinances defaulted private student loans for struggling borrowers. Learn more at yrefy.com/Ramsey.